Alright folks, I am driving back from the store listening to Slide 5, which is I guess you call them, I don't know, are they acid jazz, something like that. They're kind of a funky, jazzy group from the 90s, mid-90s-ish, maybe, who are now defunct, I believe. I don't know what they're doing. But, yeah, it's always kind of sad when you see eras end and forgotten bands and that sort of thing. You wonder where they are, like these bands that once existed that weren't that popular. Where are they now? Where are these people? Hopefully they're still playing music and getting joy out of music. Oh, by the way, I wanted to mention, TGV at least noticed that in the background of one of my videos, there was a sitar, S-I-T-A-R, which I don't know if I've mentioned in any of my videos before, but I'll kind of say what I said to TGV, which is that about 12 years ago, my wife and I lived and traveled in Asia, mainly India, for 7 months. And I've always loved Indian classical music. It's sort of an improvisational form of music that's I just love it. It's just beautiful. And the sitar is one of the main instruments of the northern Indian style. And it's most well known through the Beatles and Ravi Shankar, who was the kind of the superstar of the sitar in the 60s and 70s and 80s and 90s. He died a few years ago. But anyways, I bought one intending to learn how to play it, and I took a few lessons, and actually it was interesting taking lessons with a guy in India who barely spoke English, but he just, you know, we shared a love of the sitar, so we kind of connected, but we could barely talk. Anyways, I'm dabbling with it again. It's basically been, I dabbled with it for a couple years, and then it's basically, you know, over the last 10 years or so, I'll pull it out every 6 months or so and play it a little bit, but I just have never really dedicated myself to learning it until, you know, recently, the last few weeks, I've just been loving it. I just pulled it out, excuse me, and I have been playing it, and it's been great. Anyways, that's not what this is about. This is about watches, in particular, Mr. Don Haines. You know, a few days ago, if you haven't seen it, you should check it out. Don Haines got himself a Rolex GMT, and he did an unboxing video, and it's one of the most honest, heartfelt, I gotta say, adorable videos that any YouTube guy has put up. Don was shaking and moaning and so like shocked at the beauty of his watch. He was so excited, and yeah, you know, it was really great actually to see Don's happiness, and just, you know, it was almost a little spooky, to be honest. But you know, I've been there. I mean, maybe not to that extent, but you know, there's always the excitement of the new watch. And that seemed to be ramped up from just the normal new watch excitement to like total Grail excitement. And I've had that, although I'm just by nature I don't get that excited. This is not my temperament. But I've certainly had that experience, and I think that it's a good reminder for all of us that if you're going to spend thousands of dollars, even hundreds of dollars on watches, you better love what you're buying. You better have a real, like, wow, I just get so much pleasure out of this. I've been feeling that, you know, and that's really what the Grail watch is. The Grail watch, I mean, it's kind of an annoying term, but it's suitable. You know, it works. And the Grail watch is generally used to refer to, you know, a watch that's almost beyond possibility, that you want someday, somehow down the line. Like for me, a Grail watch might be the blue Omega Planet Ocean chronograph. the liquid metal blue one on the bracelet. Just, you know, possibly my very favorite watch in existence. It's not the perfect watch, but it's really beautiful. I just love it, and it's huge. But I still want to get it someday. But it's $7,000 or $8,000, and I'm a long way from having. You know, if I sold everything, I could probably afford it, but I don't really want to do that. But yeah, a Grail watch. It's not just, though, I think, about the longing. That's almost more of the chimera. It's also about that watch that you get, and when you get it, you love it in a new way than maybe you've experienced before. So you could have multiple Grail watches. And I've been feeling a little bit of that with this Blackbird. I don't think quite to the degree that Dawn is. Okay, this is kind of cool. You guys should see this. I'm gonna turn my camera around, okay? This is called living in rural New Hampshire. So there's a cow crossing. These are cows that are, I don't know if some of you may never have seen cows like these before. These are about as healthy, happy cows as are in existence. This is a organic biodynamic farm that uses principles of caring for the cows that aren't really used. They have these amazing, you can see that field there. That's one of a few fields that they're moved around to. And they have a good life. They have a good life. I mean, the mothers still have to lose their babies. You know, there's kind of that tragedy of just being a cow. What if I leave it like that? I guess I can't really leave it like that. But you know, these cows have they have it about as good as any cows do, at least in this country. They're not quite like Kobe cows in Japan that I don't think they get massaged. Like, here come the babies. Oh look, so you can see some of them running. Hopefully, this is a pretty cool sight. Look at those babies. It was kind of tragic. Several months ago, there was a mother that was just crying. Oh, look at there's a very young. See, unfortunately, those two babies are males. What's going on here? Those two babies are males, which means that they're going to be veal cows. I have a real issue with veal. I just, now these cows, they're not going to be raised like veal cows. They're not going to have their legs broken and left in a little cage so they fatten up. These calves will, they'll be slaughtered and they'll be eaten. But anyways, looks like one cow got loose. One cow's on. Anyways, yeah, that's just a little slice of life. This is the area. We're my wife and I are planning on moving probably next summer, and oh, looks like he has to go find the other cow before he takes the cones away. So we're probably moving next summer. We're not sure where. My wife wants to go, and I'm not married to my mother, by the way. My wife wants to go back to school for acupuncture. She's a massage therapist. Not the kind of massage that Archie Luxury gets in Thailand, by the way. Although actually Thai massage is amazing. If you ever go to Thailand, I have been to Thailand. I have been to Bangers, although I went with my wife, so I didn't. Oh wow! See, now this one cow is just taking off down the road. I don't know if you can see this. That one cow is just like totally taking itself for a walk. It's all the way down there. But Thai massage. If you ever get a chance to go to Thailand, the massages there. Thai massage is a very specific style. My wife and I got several massages, and it's very physical. You have these little Thai ladies like climbing all over you, bending your legs. It's a very interesting thing. Oh, now the cow is okay. I'm sorry, I got to turn this back around again. The cow is running down the road, hopefully not towards my car. I hope it sees the road. Like now it's trying to get over. Where are you going, cow? Now it's going back into this field. I'm thinking I might help. No, actually, look, it's got it. Yay! Oh, poor guy. I think he's probably a little stressed out. Good job! It was good entertainment for us. I think the other car that was waiting was more annoyed than I was. Anyways, this was an unexpected video. I like it when things like that happen. I wasn't expecting to. This was supposed to be just a short little bit of appreciating Don Haines, but now I'm talking about Thai massage. You get to see cows. You get to hear my little rage against veal. Anyways, so yeah, back to Don Haines. Back to, you know, we should all have some of that excitement and joy and love. And I'm not directing this at Jeffrey McMahon. I did those 4 videos yesterday, where we're sort of talking about why, or the differences between the different tiers, in particular tier 3 and 4, because I think Jeffrey, you know, he has this ongoing drama with his collection, and he's sort of, you know, trying to figure out what to do, you know, whether to, you know, he's been in this cycle of buying and selling and rebuying the same watches with occasionally a new watch thrown in there. And it seems like, from my perspective, Jeffrey, the ratio of new watches to rebuys is diminishing, so that a larger percentage of your purchases are rebuys. So that's something that, there must be a principle that we can come up with, a lexicon term for when that starts happening. That could be when, you know, a tier jump is imminent. Who knows? But I actually gave some suggestions to Jeffrey as to sort of like stages that I think he should go through. I should really do that as a video, because I think it really was really succinct and clear, and I was a little proud of my advice to Jeffrey. I felt like it was incontrovertible logic. But anyways, yeah, I'm back at the abode, and I have to unload the groceries and stuff. So yeah, I guess the bottom line of what I was trying to express is that, you know, there was something really nice about seeing Don Haines' excitement, and we should all have a little bit of that in our life. All right, I'm going to end this later. SITAR, which I don't know if I've mentioned in any of my videos before, but I'll kind of say what I said to TGV, which is that about 12 years ago, my wife and I lived and traveled in Asia, mainly India, for 7 months. And I've always loved Indian classical music. It's sort of an improvisational form of music that's I just love it. In India, who barely spoke English, but he just, you know, we shared a love of the sitar, so we kind of connected, but we could barely talk. Anyways, I'm dabbling with it again. It's basically been, I dabbled with it for a couple years, and then it's basically, you know, over the last 10 years or so, I'll pull it out every 6 months or so and play it a little bit, but I just have never really. All right, folks, I am driving back from the store, listening to Slide 5, which is I guess you call them, I don't know, are they acid jazz, something like that. They're kind of a funky, jazzy group from the 90s, mid-90s-ish, maybe, who are now defunct, I believe. I don't know what they're doing. But, yeah, it's always kind of sad when you see eras end and forgotten bands and that sort of thing. You wonder where they are, like these bands that once existed that weren't that popular. Where are they now? Where are these people? Hopefully they're still playing music and getting joy out of music. Oh, by the way, I wanted to mention, TGV at least noticed that in the background of one of my videos, there was a sitar It's just beautiful. And the sitar is one of the main instruments of the northern Indian style. And it's most well known through the Beatles and Ravi Shankar, who was the kind of the superstar of the sitar in the 60s and 70s and 80s and 90s. He died a few years ago. But anyways, I bought one intending to learn how to play it, and I took a few lessons. And actually it was interesting taking lessons with a guy